this is the place where the couple was seen last. Missing. All right. This is Carzal, right across the street from the bay. Beautiful, beautiful city, peaceful city, quiet city. Okay, so we're going to be talking with people here in Carzal about the disappearance and the murder of this couple. Looks kind of fishy to me, but we'll see. Stay tuned. WACP, the place to be, for we are creative people, and some place to be at the GLB Bar and Restaurant here in Carzal, and we're talking with.
Hi, my name is Mark McFarlane, proprietor of GLB Poolside Restaurant.
Okay, the last few days, the world has been talking about Carzal, this peaceful, loving place that we live, and something terrible happened here, which we'll talk about. But first, we'd like to talk about. Um, we'd like to set the stage with talking about Carzal, this place, this place that everybody's now looking at and saying that it's a murderous and it's this and it's that. Tell us about Carzal and how you relate with Carzal.
Well, I first visited Belize about 8 years ago, and initially I did not see myself fitting in Carzal. I was thinking about moving to PG. I was negotiating to purchase a restaurant down there, but when that fell through, I decided to explore the prospects here, and I fell in love with Carzal shortly after I started to meet people and get familiar with the surroundings here. And I my first perception was that it was a very tranquil place. There isn't a lot of hustle and bustle here. It's very laid back. There's some historical things here that many will appreciate, but I was just impressed with the relaxed atmosphere here and the people. They were very warm, very friendly, very helpful, willing to go out of their way to make me feel comfortable. And so I decided to open a business here, a restaurant and bar. And we've been open for about 2.5 years, and I have seen many people come and go, foreigners and locals alike, and it's very relaxed here, and I enjoy living here. In fact, I can't think of living anywhere else. So what happened recently was a shock to me. I knew Francesca, the lady that was murdered. I knew her very well. I first met her about 2 years ago. She was driving by my restaurant, and she stopped and had a few beverages. And then I ran into her many months after that at a house party. Some friends of mine had invited me, and there was a gathering, and she was there, and she reminded me that she had met me several months prior when she had stopped by my restaurant. And yeah, she did jog my memory, and she was very warm, very friendly, very outgoing, very gregarious, if I may say so. And I'm very saddened at her death. It was very tragic, very brutal, very, very inhumane. killing, and the whole community is really shaken, and hopefully justice will prevail.
Now, on the American press,
Hmm.
the story, top story, running daily. I mean, throughout the day, many stations, many channels carrying this event, and it makes Belize or Carzal look like a place that this happens all the time, and there's a lot of crime, and it's a place that you shouldn't go, and all like so.
No,
Tell us about that.
no, certainly not. I think this is an isolated incident, which is why the local community has been so shaken. This is not an everyday event whatsoever. So for Carzal to be portrayed like that, I think it's totally unbalanced.
Yes.
Yeah, not correct at all. Um, so I don't think folks should think that this is somewhere where they shouldn't feel safe. I have my theories about what happened,
Hmm.
which I really don't want to discuss. But the media has said certain things. The police have said certain things, and again, I have my own opinion. I did my own research, and again, I'm persuaded that this was something that was an isolated situation, and it's not something that I think people should feel personally threatened by.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, while you uh, may not want to share
Hmm.
your exact uh, thoughts of what happened,
Yeah.
can you tell us about the nature of what goes on here and how this incident is so far removed? It's not the MO of
Hmm.
the Belizean people.
Well, there are a number of spots where foreigners tend to congregate, and I don't think this incident had anything to do with Belizeans. I think this was something that was unintentionally provoked by a love triangle of sorts,
Hmm.
and that's as far as I will
Hmm.
comment.
Hmm.
That's my
Hmm.
personal opinion.
Well, usually it is somebody involved that you know.
Yeah.
No outsider, nobody just uh, targeting uh, tourists
Uh-huh.
or people from foreigners, or nobody targeting anybody that they don't know, because even a lot of the crimes that we hear about in Belize City
Yeah.
is at night, and it's somebody that they know. Some one person knew another person and they don't like what they did, or they don't like what they did to their wife or they whatever, and people that are not connected in some kind of way, they're perfectly safe in Belize. Could you say that?
Generally speaking, yeah. I mean, obviously, you have to take appropriate safeguards, especially at night.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to be alone. Try not to be in areas where you're isolated. Um, but if you take the normal precautions that any common sense person with common sense would,
Mm-hmm.
you won't be a target
Mm-hmm.
per se. It's not like Belizeans are targeting foreigners per se. They're not. Uh, but if you put yourself out there as being careless,
Mm-hmm.
then the opportunity is obviously there for somebody who to take advantage of that,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some that will.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are conscientious about your surroundings and the people you're hanging out with, um, you will not run into any kind of hostility.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do you think about? Uh, Obviously, you may not have heard that in the U.S. There's constant a barrage of reports about this incident as if it's the norm in Belize. Um, you may not have heard this report, but we're hearing it every day that this is what's happening. News reports running over and over and over. So, what do you think about that? Isn't that is that a overkill or?
Yeah, well, news media in general tends to sensationalize things. I mean, it wouldn't be newsworthy if it
Hmm.
didn't, right? But I can speak for Carzal, having lived here 5 years. That again, this is a place I feel very safe. I
Mm-hmm.
feel very comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a place that I would recommend to my family and friends alike to consider living.
Mm-hmm.
So I really am upset that the media is portraying this place that I love and where I live in that manner.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish it would stop.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you very much for sharing, and we're gonna stay tuned and take a tour of Carzal and let you see some of the beauty and some of the people and some of the places that that we're surrounded around, rather than to center in on a murder.
Yes.
So we thank you very much for sharing. Is there anything else that you would like to add or share with the people around the world?
Well, I would encourage you to come and visit this very remarkable place. It's a place that is very misunderstood. There are so many interesting and enjoyable places to go and see and things to do here. So next time when you are making your travel plans, consider Belize and stop by GLB Poolside Restaurant in Carzal, and you will be treated like royalty.
And you also have some lots for sale too, right? And a cabana,
Yeah, we
for
have a
visitors.
cabana for visitors
Mm-hmm.
and locals alike to stay and relax and enjoy. Yes, I do have lots adjoining the restaurant for sale.
Mm-hmm.
We are just 2 blocks from Carzal Bay. There's always a very nice breeze here, and the scenery is delightful.
All right then. Well, stay tuned, and that's his number right here under the screen. So stay tuned. Great.
Hello everyone, I'm going to do a short video here to talk about booking on Carnival.